What's up, everybody? This is Danny Mathematics here with another example to explore, guys. And today, guys, I want to go over example 8 of how to solve word problems that are dealing with simple interest, okay? Example 8 of how to solve word problems that are dealing with simple interest. And in this particular example, guys, we're not going to be solving for the simple interest or the equity that was added to the start amount or the principal. We're actually going to be solving to find the principal in this particular problem, and I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So let's go ahead and start, guys. Let's read the problem. It says Mason made a 3-year investment, okay? A 3-year investment. The interest rate was 4.5%. After 3 years, he earned $675 in interest or in equity. However you want to say it. Interest, equity, it means the same thing. How much was the original investment, okay? How much was the original investment, all right? So I always tell my students to always start off with the question. After you read it, go back to the question, right? And let's underline the question so we can understand what it's asking us. It's asking us, guys, what was the original investment? So another word for original investment is principal, right? So they want to know, guys, what was the principal or the original investment, right? What was it? How much money did Mason originally invested to start this process, right? That's what we're trying to find out, guys. So let's start off with what we know we don't have and we're trying to find. We're trying to find P, which is the start amount. Okay, once again, I'm just putting it in parentheses so you know what it is, okay? P is the start amount, or in this case, the original investment. Actually, I'm gonna write that. In this case, it represents the original investment, which represents the same thing, but I'm gonna write what it says, okay? In this case, guys, P is the original investment. All right, and once again, guys, we are trying to figure that out. We don't know that yet, and we're trying to figure that out, okay? Cool. All right, but everything else, I believe they gave us. Let's start off with the problem again. It says Mason made a 3-year investment. So they gave us the time span. The time span is 3 years, okay? So T equals 3 years. Equals 3 years, right? Okay? Another variable that we need to find, guys, is R, which is the interest rate. And they actually given us the interest rate in this particular problem, which is 4.5%, right? His investment also had a 4.5% interest rate that's added to it annually, okay? So let's go ahead and put that, guys. So R, which represents interest rate, right? The interest rate is 4.5%. But remember, guys, we have to change that to a decimal when we plug it into the formula, okay? So 4.5%, which equals 0.045, right? 0.045, that's what it equals. Boom, all right? And then they actually gave us the interest or equity that was earned over the 3 years, right? Which is $675, so that's actually I. Okay, so, and remember, guys, the initial formula, right, or the parent formula of simple interest is I equals the principal or original investment times the interest rate, right, times T. Okay, now, once again, guys, we have I, right, we have the interest rate and we have P, but we don't have the principal, right? So in order for us, guys, to find the principal, here's what we need to do, guys. We need to convert this formula to where we're solving for the principal. So just like how I did it in example 7, we're gonna do the same thing, but for the principal, right? So remember, guys, in order for us to find out the value of the principal, we have to detach it from R and T, which is the interest rate and the time. In order for us to do that, guys, the operation that represents detachment is division, right? So I'm going to divide RT away from P, or away from the principal. And I'm going to divide it on the opposite side as well, right? Because what I do on this side, I have to do on that side, right? So as we can see, guys, T cancels out with T, R cancels out with R. And then now, guys, this is the formula to find out the principal or the original investment. Is P equals, right, the interest that's added, right, divided by the interest rate times the number of years. Bam. So that is the formula that we're going to use, guys. This is the formula right here that we're going to use to find P. And all we need to do, guys, is just plug in. So we have I is $675. So the investment increased by $675 after 3 years, right? The interest rate was 4.5%, but we're going to write it as a decimal, was 0.045. Decimal right there, right? Times the number of years, which is 3. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to multiply the bottom first, which is the denominator, and I'm going to divide the numerator by the denominator, okay? So let's do the denominator first, which is 0.045 times 3. That is 0.135, and I'm going to divide 675 by 0.135. Okay, and then once I do that, guys, it tells me that the original investment amount was $5,000, right? And that was the amount of the original investment, which is P. There you go. $5,000, guys. That was the amount of the original investment. Okay? Thank y'all so much, guys, for tuning in. Talk to you next time.